Well, hello, Siren. We are going to get into this as quickly as possible. Um, man, I'm back to work and it's killing me. There's been a lot going on as far as that. You take a week off, you got a lot of catching up to do. So, I've been doing that. But, I've had this box of pennies sitting here for like a week and a half. And I just can't stand for it. So, we're going to get rid of some of these pennies. And then I have a whole bunch of stuff to roll up and take back to the bank tomorrow. And hopefully we're going to see if I got my halves in. The thing that concerns me is they haven't called me. They took my number when I put in the order, and, they told me when they would come, which was Tuesday. But nobody's called me, so I'm kind of curious if they came in or if they didn't. Pennies, yes. Beautiful, beautiful, mostly clad pennies. Now, I will say the other box that went with this one that I searched, well, I didn't search it. My son's mother did. But it was very lackluster. So, there was not a lot of copper. There was not a lot of anything great. I think we had maybe 10 or 12 wheats and nothing amazing in the whole box. So, I'm not expecting any miracles here, but we will go through it. I have an appointment tomorrow. I have to go in anyway. So I kind of knew I'd be going in by Thursday, so I just figured I'd let it play out and see what happens. Didn't want to seem too eager on my first official order through them. That feels like copper. It's an 82. We'll have to look. There's an 80. 91. But other than that, things are good. As you saw, I put a video live. There's a decent 78. And I have another one. I still have to edit. But I have another one to go live here soon. Probably, oh man, this one's got like so much zinc rot. See how focused we are. There we go. Look at all that zinc rot. And that's, it's kind of funny that they switch to these different metals and then the coins literally eat themselves alive. It's kind of hilarious, in my opinion. $2002. Oh, Roadhog's here. Oh, there's a decent 68. It's not the best. Weak strike. Not a lot of detail left. But as far as the shape of the coin, it's not in bad shape. It's just, look, when you see his, look at his beard. There's almost no detail left in it. But it's still decent. I will take that. Got a penny with paint on it. I can't see the year. 87. Coin Junkie. I missed you earlier, Junkie. I caught you. I said I was out walking the dog, which was true at first. And then I got back to the house and got caught up with work. Caught back into the stream. Then my neighbor came over. Come knocking, and I got distracted again. By the time I tried to jump back on, I think you were already out. So, I will just email me. If you have a rough list, don't work too hard on it. But if you have anything particular that you think I might want to tack onto that order real quick, send me a quick email tonight, and we'll see if we can get on it. I'll see if I can reply before I go to bed. I know you got the toonies, and I did see some of the stuff, but I think I cut out around, I remember the Morgan and the Peace Dollar. And some of the other little odds and ends, but I think after that I was pretty much out of the scope of what exactly was going on. And like I said, I was entertaining the neighbor, and then by the time I got done with that, you were off. I need to... Where am I throwing these? I don't even know. Just throw them. Just toss them. Here's the copper. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Put the copper in the wrong place. There. Now I have my system. I will be okay. I am excited, though, to get that pack from you, Junkie, because that's going to have some Canadian coins in it. The black, I think it's a toonie, and then the other one, those, ever since I heard about that the first time, I knew I wanted to get my hands on them. So the fact that you got one, that one's got the heavy rim on it all the way around. It's a 72. Just slightly off center. I always think those are cool, though, because they just feel weird in your hand. But ever since I heard about those on, it was, I want to say it was the Coin Show podcast. I was listening while I was driving up to the Chicago area, and I heard them talking about them. I hadn't even seen them yet, and I'm like, oh, that'll be pretty cool. But then once I saw them, I for sure knew I wanted some. So I'm excited about that pack. What is that? Oh, it's a 1970. That one's hard to tell. I think the 7's small, though. It looks small. So I don't think that's the large date. Still copper. We'll take it. Some of this out of the way. But yeah, drop me an email and let me know if you have anything you're trying to get rid of. I think... Uh-oh. Man. Why? Why does it always have to be... It's a 59. Why is it always got to be 1 year off? I mean, I like those too, but I'd rather it be a Wheatie when you're that close, right? Let me know if you have any I guess like Canadian constitutional, if that's a thing. You know what I mean. Cause what I think I got Arc Dimes coming. I bought some more, I think 50%. So yeah, let me know what you got roughly. I'm trying to stack more for weight. Well, somewhat currently. So I'm not going too crazy on reverse proofs or high dollar items that are heavy on the numismatic side. I'm trying to get more metal for my dollar because I feel like it's only a matter of time. It's a 92 wide. Before silver's gonna go up, especially with... Has anyone, what is this, something UFOs? I don't follow a lot of news, right? And so somebody said something about, oh, there's all these UFOs, and I'm like, are you talking about the weather balloon? And they're like, no, they've been shooting things out of the sky left and right. I'm like, what are you talking about? I guess I haven't been up on my news. Apparently they're chasing things through the skies or something. I don't know if it's more balloons or literally what's going on, but something's going on. I think that's undeniable. And like as far as what I've really heard mostly from people, they're not really sure what it is or what's going on. UFOs. Of course. And you know what's so funny now that like COVID and everything's happened? It's not even news anymore. Like in the 80s or 90s, that was like big stuff and got everybody kind of up in arms. Now it's like, yeah, UFO, yeah, who cares? You could see it. The thing could land in Central Park and it'd be big news, but I think like 2 days later, everybody would be over it. It's kind of weird where we're at now as a country. Oh, Brown Sugar's here. Thank you. Welcome in. We are attempting to sort pennies, and we're talking about... I was speculating on whatever the heck is going on with all these UFOs. My neighbor was telling me about that when he stopped by earlier. He's like, what'd you think of the UFOs? I'm like, what UFOs? I have no idea. I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube more than, I guess, anything. Come on. How in the heck did I get a roll that just doesn't want to unroll? Come on. But, yeah, I watch YouTube more than anything, and apparently that hasn't shown up in my shorts feed. There's something. I don't know. But at this point, it's almost like, who cares? But silver is low. Saw a couple polls people were doing, asking if they thought it was going to go much lower. I don't think so. I really don't. And that's not to say that it's impossible, but I really don't see it going much lower. I think, what are we sitting at? We were at, let me move you guys over here. Bring up my browser. I didn't even look at it today. That's how much I'm paying attention. Come on, internet. Okay, so silver should be, it's 2176-ish where I'm looking at it. That's not bad. I don't think it's, somebody asked if we were going to see like the teens again, and I really don't think so. I think this is about as low as it's going to go, barring anything crazy that happens. Like the dollar gets reinforced by some governmental action or something, and I think we're good to go. I think this is probably one of the lower points, and then it'll be smooth sailing back up to like the $25 range for the foreseeable future. Give me just a second. I gotta go let the dog in. She's scratching at the door. The dog. If you're gonna go outside, you gotta go outside for like more than 10 minutes. 10-minute doggy trips are bothersome. But the weather's really nice right now, at least here in Ohio. And I hope that it continues, but I don't think it's going to for long. I was talking to the neighbor about that today, actually. I was like, dude, look at this. It's the middle of February and like it's shorts weather. It's crazy. I think it hit like 60 today. Like legitimately in the middle of winter in Ohio. That's weird. Oh, is Sarah here? Hold on. I moved you guys over to the wrong spot. I should have put this over here. I should put that over here because I can't see the chat because the darn camera's in the way. Sarah, those are your pennies and I offered them to you. And you said no. So now I'm going through them out of desperation. Plus, I have to go to the bank. So they're at least in partial getting gone through. I did give you credit, though, in the stream for going through the first box. And I told everyone of its lackluster contents. Ooh! We got something. 1942. Wheat. It's not in the best shape, but it's got that like matte finish, almost like it's been buried at some point. Couple of rim dings. Still nice. I did. I did. You knew. And besides, I'm going to the bank tomorrow, so I'm going to get more coins for sure. I got to roll up all these, too. That's going to be fun. I have nickels, quarters, and probably at least a box worth of pennies to roll up before tomorrow when I go to the bank. See, that's a little more like what I expect from when people are talking about the hand sanitizer and stuff. This is a little bit more of what I expect to see from that. It's toned, but you can tell like there's no center point. I think this is probably soaked in some kind of cleaner or hand sanitizer. That's a little bit more along the lines of what I think I see from those. It looks very artificial. 75. We'll take it. Dog, go lay down. It is not bedtime yet. Go lay down. She got taken on a walk earlier because it's such a nice day. And it's not like freezing cold anymore. There's a half decent 67. Not really, because it's like super kind of like dirty. But other than that, not a whole lot of huge like scratches or anything. Not good enough to keep in the nice pile, but oh, look at that. 2009. Early years. Or what is this? The formative years? I think technically it's called. It's hard to see the thumb. I don't see any doubling. Nah. What is that, though? Is that... Wonder if that's just some kind of like zinc contamination or something. Yeah, it doesn't look like a clearly defined line or anything. Kind of see... I don't think it's like zinc rot, but there's some spots and things there anyway. It's something, but I think it's just like maybe a bad planchet. It's bubbling up under the surface. We're still keeping it. Goes up there next to the Wheatie. Yeah, I mean, it depends. If it's questionable, like, I'll keep it. But, like, here. This one's got it, too, just not as bad. It's like that rainbowish kind of tone. The back, I think, on this one looks a little better. But, yeah, you kind of see it. And on a penny or something, I guess I don't care. But when you start talking about something that's silver, like a Morgan... I know people that, like, you know, they buy those really nice toners. They can be cool. And I still appreciate them, but I'm not paying an arm and a leg for, like, the toning itself. I bought some from Flip. I have somewhere, packed away somewhere. I have one that he sold as a toner. It's not graded or anything. But it's got some really dark toning, but it's not all that purple and all the stuff that you see. It's just kind of on the darker side. And I bought that, but I don't think, if I remember right, I don't think I paid too bad of a price for it. But some of those toners people want crazy money for, and it's just not worth it. Because, in my opinion, You know, that's the only difference there, is it sat out in the elements or in some environment, you know, longer than something else. I'd almost rather have the pristine coin, right, that's in great shape without a whole lot of toning. I'll take some, but I'm not going to pay a whole lot extra for it unless it's officially graded. Like if it's, I don't know, an MS65 and it's got all those purples and like it looks all crazy like that, and PCGS says this is authentic and it's a decent grade, you know, like a 65 or something, or a 66, I'd buy it. But again, I'm probably not going to go like overboard based on the price. You know, I'm not buying for the toning. I would buy it if the price was right, but I'm not. And then occasionally, I'm going back up to the Chicago area again. I'll find myself, I'm sure, in the Gold Depot again. And, or, you know, I'm sure I'll stop in there, but I want to look and see if there's other shops up there, because I've been up there multiple times, and I just keep going back to the depot, which is not a bad choice. But you always want to shop around. And so I want to go around and see if there's another shop, but they had this really ugly, and I mean ugly, toned Benji. And I forget what the grade was. I forget exactly what they were offering for it. But for what they were offering, you know, higher on the price scale for what it was, it's ugly. I mean, ugly. Like leopard spots, no pattern, like just, it looked like garbage. Like when I saw the grade, I forget what it was. I think it was like a 66 maybe, or 65, somewhere in there. I was surprised at the grade based on what the coin looked like from like 6 feet away when I first noticed it. Yeah, I'm not buying that. And that was graded, but it's ugly. It's ugly. Buy the coin, not the slab. Well, that coin ain't getting sold for a while. That's what's going on there. Put my copper away. I think it's about time. But these are 82s. That's a 75. How'd that go over there? But these things happen. I mean, they say buy the coin, not the holder. And I think in cases like that, that's kind of more like what they mean. You know, don't buy some ugly Benji just because it's a 65 or a 66 if you're not okay with the toning and how it looks. So I kind of feel like that's more along the lines of what they're referring to when they say that, more so than, well, I guess, of course, too, they're saying, like, don't overpay. You know, try not to. But I think more so it's, yeah, don't buy an ugly coin just because it's slabbed. That's how I interpret it. Anyway, rabies. Someone peed on it. Something happened to it, and then it got graded. And I was always told that after they're encapsulated, there's not a whole lot that's really supposed to happen with the coin as far as toning, you know, theoretically. And I'd like to think that was the case, but it was a very ugly coin. And it's funny that toning doesn't really play a part. And I get it, because it's the surface of the coin that's really important, but I would have not, I wouldn't have sent it in for grading. I really wouldn't have. I don't think it's ever going to sell for what they're asking for it. Oh, I did. Jimmy Lacari, welcome in. I did talk to a buddy of mine, a guy I work with, and he's here local to me, so we don't talk much. You know, we're both kind of busy. But we were talking, and unbeknownst to me, he was asking me about my crypto, because a couple of years ago I was big into the crypto. And I said, yeah. He goes, oh, did you ever sell all that? And, and I said, no. I still got a lot of it. And, now I'm buying more silver and gold and doing that stuff and just holding on to the crypto. And he said, oh, I bought some silver, some years ago and da-da-da. He's slightly older than me. And we were talking, and he's like, oh, yeah, I got a couple sets of Benjis, full sets. And I'm like, oh, really? He goes, yeah, I picked them up, years ago for, not that much. I was like, oh, well, you're doing really well with those then, because prices have gone up. Like, he's talking, 2010, I think, maybe. I'd have to look back and see what prices were in that range, but I'm pretty sure if I go back 2010, okay, it was on, actually it wasn't, it depends on when he bought in 2010, but it was about where it's at now, maybe lower, or maybe he said it was before then, I don't know. But anyhow, he said he didn't pay that much for him. And so I was like, oh, cool, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, if you ever want to get rid of anything, definitely let me know if you're just sitting on stuff like that. And he said he would take a look at it, see what it's worth, and da-da-da. And he would make me a deal on a full set of Benjis. I don't know what that deal looks like, and I don't know what the coins look like, but I know one thing, I'm interested. So we're going to see how that plays out over the next couple of weeks, hopefully. But very interesting, because I already have almost all of the Kennedys. But a Benji set would be nice. And it's all silver, right? Jimmy Lucari coming in. Look at the ladies, man. Throwing roses and everything. Yes, Kendall, I wouldn't dance with it. No, I wouldn't be seen with it. It was that bad looking. It looked like if a coin could contract leprosy, it looked like that. When you really got close up on it and stare at the coin, super close, and you really start paying attention to the surface, yeah, it looks like a good coin. And then you back off of it, and it looks like hell again. Just, no. Is that a Wheatie? What is it? I didn't... Aww. Well, you win some, you lose some. 59s. I hate 59s. You look old. 65. It's all beat up, though. 67. Let's get through some of these shields. Not a lot of errors with the shields. I mean, I know some people have said there's some cuds and there's some die chips and some cracks in it and everything, but I don't hear about anything too major that has transpired with the shields that's actually valuable as far as errors and mint mistakes and things. I mean, your normal stuff like clip planchets and things I'm sure still exist, but I don't look too hard at the shields at all. So no kizzles. I don't know what a kizzle is. What's a kizzle? Oh, no. Yeah, no. On that coin, no. Definitely no cuddling. No after party. No, none of that. But if I remember right, I think it's been there like the last 2 or 3 times I've stopped in. So I'm sure everybody else is thinking the same thing I am when they see that coin. Although they have like another case with some better offerings, but it's some expensive stuff. Some like Key Day Indian heads that are graded, and I think some Buffalo nickels, and there's a couple other oddities in there that are just high dollar amounts. Things I try to stay away from currently. especially the ones that are not silver at all. And so that's why I like going in there. And that's what part of the draw for me is that they always have different stuff. And their shop seems to see more stuff than most of my shops. So I like going in there because it's, you know, a chance to see things that I'm not going to see around here probably for years, if anything. But I'm going to get around to other shops this go round. Or at least one while I'm up there. 69D, no doubling. FG, yeah. Yeah, there's something there. But it's copper. Yeah, it's weird. Actually, ooh, I didn't even think about that. I got some shopping to do. I think sometime after this weekend, if I recall. It's about bonus time at work. And so I've said that I'm going to try to get some dedicated inventory for the eBay store. Speaking of the eBay store, I don't have it on me. It's over there in the stuff. But there's a fractional currency 50-cent bill, and that thing is going on eBay very well. We'll just put it that way. Compared to what I was able to pick it up for. I got lucky, apparently. And as of current, it's slated to do pretty well, which is upsetting because I just listed it. I listed it, and like within, I think, 2 days, it had its first bid. And now that the auction's coming closer and closer to due, there's been multiple bids on it since then. So the eBay is doing very well. My issue is getting inventory, at reasonable rates. I go to my coin shop or the one that's slightly further from me and buy all day long. But the problem is they're pretty much the limit of full retail, right? So it's hard because eBay wants, I think it's about 13%, all things considered, after all their fees and everything. So if I can't buy something for 13% less than what it's going to sell for on eBay, it's not worth it. So somebody had recently asked me, I think maybe in one of the live streams, if I had bullion and stuff on there, and I really don't because it's so hard currently for me to get bullion at a price that I could actually flip it for. And I'm not going to be one of these people trying to put, silver rounds and stuff up for ridiculous prices. That's not, I wouldn't want someone to do that to me, and I won't do that to somebody else. If I put something up, I'd like it to be competitively priced, right? Or try to be. So I have an angle, and I'm going to see how it plays out. And that might come into effect this weekend. I forgot all about that. So I'll see what I can come up with. There's a 92. What is it? No, it's wide. Up setting. There's another 92. What the heck? Where is it? That's wide. So I found a guy who claims to be a wholesaler. So if I can pick some stuff up from him, if I go with enough money to make it lucrative for both of us, I guess, maybe. Yeah, and the upsetting thing about that is it's mostly going to be for like the eBay store. I'm not looking to like really buy a whole bunch of stuff. It depends on what he has. Maybe I'll keep like a thing or two. But it's mostly going to be to try to stock the eBay store with some new inventory and see how that process goes, right? His prices versus, I guess what I can market them for. Historically, the first time I did business with him, it was pretty good, but he didn't have a whole lot of anything left because it was right around Christmas time. I remember before Amazon had auto parts, right, at all, and things like everything was like 2 to 3 weeks shipping. Like Prime didn't exist. I've been a Prime member on Amazon since it came out. As soon as I heard about it, I was like, yep, 2 day shipping. Yep, I want that. And so I remember those days too. I remember ordering stuff on eBay and forgetting that I ordered it. It took so long to get to me. There's a 96, and I forget what we're looking for on this. I think we're looking for wide, but that's close. I think there's only a couple of those that exist, though. If I remember my coinage correctly. What are you? 81? 2019, and another rainbow. It's a 1999. Yeah, people had to have been soaking these in like hand sanitizer, disinfectant, or something. And these rolls, look at this. Like, it's a very heavy rim, and it's mashed right, but it's just real paper heavy on one side. You usually don't see that. Kind of wonder what transpired on this roll. Or, well, this box, this set, whatever. And then all the paper makes it hard to unravel because it wants to fold over. So yeah, work's been crazy as normal, but a little more so because I was gone. Now I'm playing catch up. I'm pretty close to caught up though, I think. Back in the same bad place that I was in before I went on vacation, if anybody can relate to that. So yeah, and I just realized we're like a few months from the end of school. Because it's February, middle of February. And school ends at like late May, usually around here. Late May, early August. Maybe they'll have a week in August. But I think this year it's ending like that last week of May. It's like 3 months away. It's crazy. This entire year is just flying by. I don't know where all the time goes. It's like days just pass, kind of tick and tick and tick, and then all of a sudden you look up, nice 61, and it's 6 months later. It doesn't make any sense to me. I try to hang on and keep, present in the day, but what is that, 96? Close. 78. Canadian. We got a Canadian. What do we have? I didn't look at the video, but Kellen. No. Why did I say Kellen? Kendall. God. Sent me some stuff, and it was mostly pennies with holes and things in them, and one plastic penny, which was awesome because I told my daughter they were there for her. As she starts looking through them and she's all excited, and I specifically put the plastic one on the bottom. And she flipped out. She's like, "This one's not even real. It's counterfeit." It's like, "Can you go to jail for this?" And I'm like, "No, it's obviously not a penny. It's like a toy penny." But so she got a kick out of that, and she kept all the ones with holes in them because she likes damaged coins for some reason. And then he sent me. I already put it away, but it's a really old Canadian. Was it a dime? I think it was a dime. Let me look. This is my entire, well, not 100% Canadian album, but it's pretty close. Here it is. It is an 1891. No, it's not even a dime. Is that 5 cent? It is. I'll pull it out if I can get this tiny sucker out of this book and show you what he was kind enough to send me. It's just a little guy. Canada. Ah, come on, fingers. Yep, little Canada. And then it's a 5 cent. Well, if you could flip it right. 5 cents, 1891. How cool is that? And I put it in here with all the rest of my Canadian stuff mainly. But mostly any of my Canadian silver that's not in like the stack, any of the old stuff, different things that I come across go in here. So it's going to be essentially a book of pure Canadian. There's like a franc in here and a couple other oddities. But for the most part, it's all Canadian. And we'll put that penny in there later. But it's, you send people stuff and then they send stuff back, and then you send stuff and then they send stuff back. I got the same thing going on with Constitutional. I sent him a package recently. It was the giveaway wins and things. But there was a little more to it. It had kind of built up, over time. And then he's like, "Oh, I got to sit you." At some point, one of us has to stop sending stuff to the other person. Otherwise, we're all just trading the same silver. But, I mean, I get it. And I'm more than happy to have it. And my daughter was thrilled about coins with holes in them. And it's not good enough. I was like, if you want coins with holes and stuff in them, I can destroy them. She goes, "No, Dad, you got to find them in the wild." Okay, fine. I mean, she's not hunting yet. But when I come across stuff, we find them, we set them back. But it's kind of interesting where her head's at. And hopefully, eventually it changes. Otherwise, we're in trouble. Because I bet there's a way more damaged coins that are worth next to nothing out there than anything of value. I guess that's kind of cool, though. Because if she gets into, like, Cole Morgan's, and who is it? One of the online retailers has a worse than coal, like what stuff with holes in it and things like that, the really bad ones. So you can buy that silver out there too. I still think they're charging too much for it, but you can find it. Lido, welcome in. Welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. We are going through some pennies, mostly copper that we're finding, of course, but we did find one Wheatie so far and one Canadian. I was just going over something that one of the other members here sent me. It was an 1891 Canadian 5 cent. They sent me as a gift. This is just a run-of-the-mill Wheatie. It's 42. It's nothing to write home about, but so far, that's our only find, that and a Canadian penny in 1974, I believe. So we're going through it, and I'm yammering away like normal. It's kind of what we do here. Shield cent with zinc rot. Is that another Canadian? It is. Huh. What is going on there? Mint mark looks weird. I think it's just the stuff built up around it. Yeah. Okay, we got another Canadian. I don't know. I like this. I like finding the Canadians. 1958. Not bad. Set that in the Canadian pile and move on. Oh. Okay. Alright, we do got something. Check it out, folks. 1921. Wheatie. A little worse for the wear, but that's to be expected. It's over 100 years old. How's the back look? Not too hateful. 1921. I will take that. Anything that old, that means we could have a half decent box here. So that's 2 Wheaties so far. And that wasn't there 2 Canadians in this roll? There's a 63 and a 60. What was it about the 60s? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's the 60D. I remember wanting to look at those. Doubling, I think, on the date, if I remember correctly. This isn't bad. Nothing to write home about. So, yeah, I got to get more stuff on eBay. That's another one of the things I'm going to do this weekend. I keep saying, and then every time, historically, I've listed something new for the most part recently, it sells, and then I'm kind of back in the same position. There are a few things that lapsed, and I chose not to relist. And probably a couple more items coming up, but I am getting the eBay store a little more refined, starting to hopefully figure it out a little bit. And so this weekend I'm getting more stuff on there. I may actually put up some semi-numismatics. I know it's a bad time, but just to kind of keep, I guess, sales going. I'm assuming that eBay, to some degree, is a little bit like YouTube in that you don't want to go stagnant for too long. You want to keep things moving. It's just my thought process. So I may put a couple of things up for some half decent prices just to get a sale or two. Kind of keep things moving. Paul, welcome in. So, what are you? 67, we'll take it. Bunch of shields. What are you? 93. Don't care about a 93. 67 again. 71, 80. Not bad. But yes. I'm trying to balance that eBay thing. And I think very soon I've discovered a lack of information, or at least current information out here. And I'm going to be doing a video that I think will be helpful to hopefully some people. But I am going to put that out soon, and that should be a longer one. It's going to take me more time between research and execution and everything. But that'll be a good one. Here's a smoke show. What is that? 63D. And I mean, there's some chatter. There's a little something going on right there, like a scratch. But as far as... Oh, look at that. Why? It's still pretty good. It's decent. Maybe not nice enough to put into the nice pile because of some of the combined scratches and things. But still, I mean, as far as the color and everything, it's it's in really good shape. Just not quite nice enough to keep off to the side. We're gonna put it in the bag with all the other copper pennies. Tick coins. Oh, now we're actually playing chat words. I keep forgetting that it's tick because I haven't changed it back from tic-tac-toe. So when I see that, I'm like, in my head, I'm trying to figure out what people are typing because I am still very confused. It's okay. Most of us are. I tend to think, as I see people going about their business more and more, that nobody knows what they're doing. They're just going through the motions. And you can be educated, you can be, you can execute well, but I have this firm belief that we're all just stumbling through this thing called life. It doesn't really matter what your lot is. Ooh, there's a nice 80. Alright, starting to build up some copper. The bin, we're about a row through this. It's not hateful. And we did find the 21. 21 Wheatie. That's pretty good. I mean, that's definitely on the far side. Let's think. You got the teens, and you got the single digits. Well, at least, one single digit for sure. When did they start? Wasn't 1909 the first year? Yeah. So, I mean, I guess you really don't count that. But you got the teens, early 20s. It's right up there in the terms of abnormal. Especially to find in a bankroll. But it's hilarious to me that these people just turn this stuff in. It goes back into circulation. That 1921 penny has no business in a bankroll. None. I mean, yes, it's not super valuable. Oh, there's a decent 68 if it wasn't so dirty. 8 looks a little weird, but not nice enough. 82, we're going to have to weigh our 82 soon. We're getting a pile of them. Tick apple. Ugly coins are sometimes nice, especially if you can get a kizzle. Kizzle? Yeah. I hope I get a kizzle on those Benjis. We'll have to see what my buddy comes up with. I told him to look. I said, look at what they're going for. If you really want to get rid of a set, and let me know what you want for them. And he said either way he'd give me a deal on it, which is encouraging, but I don't expect a, crazy deal. A good deal, maybe. 83. Oh, what are you? Okay, there's a 60D. Let's take a look at that. Ooh. That almost looks like it might have been doubled before it got smashed, because look how fat that O is. Well, I say O. Sorry. 0. It looks a little on the thick side. All of that does. No, like, obvious doubling. And the outside looks right. So maybe I'm just crazy. And I'm not going to take the time to look that one up on, like, Variety Vista or anything, because then we'll be here for, like, another hour. But that... Hold on. Yeah, that's considerably more thick than the BU 60Ds that are on the wall behind me. Considerably. But it's hard to tell because you can tell there's been some damage. So I'm almost thinking that it's not. And I don't see any other doubling so far. What's Liberty look like? Liberty looks normal, except for, again, any kind of damage that might have been there. FG's plain as day. The roof is still there. Okay, yeah. I don't think that's anything. I think it just suffered a smash. I'll keep it, but I'm not going to put it away in anything nice. What I should do, is send out everybody's gifts. Now, I know Kendall told me to hold this, and I know Siren told me to hold this. These I'm not so upset about. I still got Thomas Tones and Donna's 2 graded coins sitting here because I've been lazy. Like I said, I had last week off, and this week I've been playing catch up. I've just kind of been lazy and haven't boxed. Well, Donna's is a little special. That's actually a package, right? So that one, yeah. But on Thomas's, there's really no reason why I shouldn't have. I can mail that out from my house. Literally, just lick the stamp and put it in the envelope. So I've been lazy. But aside from that, we should do a giveaway. I appreciate everyone coming in and sifting through these pennies with me. 64, 64, 2 64s. Interesting. And then a bunch of shields and clad. Let's see. What do we have? I got something. And I don't want to, but I will. Now, it depends on how you guys look at this. Okay? But, to me, it's a decent giveaway. I don't know how people feel. We'll find out. I raised it up. We gotta go that way. Okay, so what we have here is a Bicentennial BU silver quarter. So it's 40%. At some point, somewhere in the past, it was worth $225. They think 40%. Only 40% quarter ever made. And it's in great condition. I don't know what the grade would be on it. But somebody put this thing up and it's been, like, look at the drum. Usually the drum right here is worn. So that's there. Anyhow, we will give this away because I care about you guys. So let me get this thing started. Where'd it go? There it went. I actually have my multi-screens now, so I get confused where things are popping up anymore. Dun 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 dun. Boom. Okay, and this roll marks the end of the first row of this box. And I gotta say, couple Canadians, right? Not too bad. But the 1921, that'll make me happy every time. So what was the other one? A 42 and a 21 so far? I'm okay with that. And I think that may even be older than the oldest thing that we found in Sarah's box. I think, I can't remember exactly what she had, but I don't remember there being any like specifically old Wheaties. I think like 40s maybe. I don't remember anything much older than that. Could be wrong. There's a lot of wheat pennies in this house. Copper. Clad. So, if you're not hip, you should have some coins for just being here. So then you type in the exclamation giveaway 5, enter the giveaway, and then the winner will win this 40% BU bicentennial quarter. So again, the only 40% quarter ever made, and almost guaranteed to be the last. It doesn't seem like we're going to see another one anytime soon. So it's a cool thing to have, really, in the scheme of things. And this one's in really good shape. I actually picked it up from Silvertown while I was there last time. So if you care about provenance, somebody had it and then they got it. And then I picked it up from them and it's going to one of you. There's a decent looking 82. Decent is a relative term. Okay, so far I got Henry, I got Jimmy, I got Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Sorry if I missed you coming, but congratulations on entering the giveaway. This should be a good one. And then Real Ruler. So far, Siren give up on me? Is she not entering this one? She's usually better than that. Oh, okay. And Dave told me about, I think that was back on that 60 that I set aside. Well, didn't set aside, but you know. He said he sees a lot of 60s like that. And yeah, that's kind of where I was leaning. You could tell that it was in some form kind of damaged, it looked like. It's just so much fatter than all the rest. Behind me, it gave me pause for a second, but I'm starting to weed out some of the dumb stuff like that. There's a really nice 85. Huh, if only I needed one. Oh, and I gotta finish out my pennies. Coin Junkie was showing off earlier. He has a 2009 silver proof set that maybe he didn't say he was getting rid of it yet, but he was thinking about it. And I don't have one of those. I have two of the regular 2009 proof sets, but not the silver. So it'll be interesting to see what he's asking for that when the time comes, if I catch it. The last 2009 I think I got from Southern Coin during one of the live stream auctions over on, it was either Trade Day or Flea Market or Flea Trade or Trade Flea or whatever was going on over there. But you guys know, if you're hip, people were up, people were doing things. Okay, we are clear. So here we go. Kendall. Perfect, because you already got something coming, and this will fit in there very well. So, 1976 S 40% silver quarter going in your pack. I better put a post-it note on that. Where did I hide my post-it notes? Where are they? What is transpired here? Ah, they're right here, because I was actually writing notes. Who would have thought? Sometimes I amaze myself. So I put the sticker on it. Oh, Coin Junkie. I was talking about you in that 2009 silver proof set. I gotta quit buying random stuff like that. Because I just see stuff and then I want it. And then it gets out of hand. And then all of a sudden I have all this stuff. My collection is... It's enough for a doctor to diagnose me with ADD. I swear. Because there's just so much stuff everywhere. Coins, mint sets, proofs, clad coins, silver coins, gold coins. It's just... I look at it. Ooh! Look at that. You can't see it. You probably can't because the light sucks. But It's one of the Lincoln. What is that one? The formative years, the lawyering one. I think technically it's Chicago. And it's in the back, so we got to be careful trying to get this out of here without damaging it. Screw it. I'll tear this one apart. Because it looks half decent. I'm not saying it's the best one I've ever seen, but it doesn't look horrible. So try to keep it in one piece. There we go. And it's... I've seen way worse. So, see, and that's funny. We're talking about the 2009s and one pops up. So, again, you know, maybe a couple scratches there to the right of the building. Little ones. Not bad, though. Not too hateful at all. I will keep it like I do all of them. I encourage everybody to. Just like I think I'm probably the only lunatic. There's a decent 65. I'm probably the only lunatic keeping all the Westward nickels. And it's probably nothing. And if it ends up being that way, then so be it. But you got to think about it. 2 coins, 1 year, and that's the only year that they were made. What is that? Can't tell. Oh, 95. I know they're just nickels. I know they're not silver. They don't hold like a huge numismatic value, but how long is that going to be the case? Could that change over time? You know, we don't really historically have a whole lot of experience with like one-offs. The bicentennial's a little bit, like the 40% silver. That's special. That was a proof set. It wasn't like a circulation thing. They're doing different stuff now than they did then. They had the bicentennial run, but there was a lot there. That was pretty much the same coin ran for what, like 2 years, or at least the better part of 2 years. There's no 75s. Siren got me. Ha ha ha. She's so funny. But a nice bicentennial. What's a nice bicentennial worth? Hold on. I'm trying to move the wrong stuff here. I can get this. I can do this. I'm just now getting used to actually having a command center again. I call it a command center when I have like multiple screens and I can do my multitasking in my attention deficit way that I do. So we'll do bicentennials. We'll do the quarter just to be... Where'd the quarters go? There they are. Washington quarter. Okay. It should be in here, right? Under the Washington, right? No, it's not. Well, then where is it? See, and I get that, but can we just run them? Is it technically commemorative? No, not really. There's the centennial mint sets, colonials, territorials, patterns. Is it technically a pattern coin? It shouldn't be. No. See, now I can't even find it. Look at me. Why do they make it so hard? I had something a second ago. Sets, modern, commemorative sets. Modern and clad, commemorative. But that's 82 to date. 84 to date. I can't find this to save my life. See how I hijack my own stream. 1976. Okay, here we go. I found it. Okay, so we'll look at the clad because we know the silver, right? So, the clad, 1976. If you have a really nice one, a clad, in a 68 Philly, 2,750. If you have a Denver, 4,350 in a 68. That's crazy for a clad circulation coin. Now, granted, there's some time there, right? Oh, wait a minute. Kendall. Okay, so 1976 S silver. This one is at least, I mean, maybe it's circulated a little bit. I don't see any large imperfections. All the details there on the back, for sure. But it looks like his hair, maybe not the best strike. You know what I mean? But in an MS60, it's a $6 coin, all the way up to 63. 64, it becomes $8. Big if you can get one of these in a 69, it's $9,250. At a 68, it's $95. So 67 is $25. It starts to drop off fast. But it's a $10,000 coin if it's in a good enough grade. That's crazy. So, commemoratives and one-offs like that, I'm keeping them. I'm keeping them all. Because even a decent one is worth way more than the silver value. So, that's why I keep them. And I'm probably the only lunatic keeping all the nickels. And most of them, yeah, probably I don't need to keep, but I'm going to keep them just the same. And then my kids can sort it out later. Like 50 years. Or, well, 50's a little much. If I make it another 50 years, somebody put me down. Because I don't think... Unless I'm still spry, I don't think I want to be 90. That's just my thought process. MS68 in circulation. OOFTA. UFTA. I don't know what UFTA means. Henry, you missed that one. But if you sweet talk me, I always have more. That's just the latest one that I picked up. I do have one somewhere that's encapsulated. I also have the sets. I have the proof set. I have I think I have the clad set too. I have to look. 82, 83, 21. Nothing cool in this roll. 77. What are you? 2001. Somebody told me, I can't remember if it was a TikTok or if it was a comment on a live stream. Somebody came in and commented, and I'm not bashing them, but they said, like, oh, like, don't be scratching those coins on your table. You need to get, like, a mat or something to put down. And I said, I'm waiting on Big Flip to make coin roll hunting mats. He promised me, and I'm pretty sure he's way past the deadline on that one. He promised me, what'd he say? He said 30 days or something, and I said 20 or something to that effect. You know, joking around. But it's been a while. And I have not seen anything. I need to weigh up these 82s before they start stacking up, because we're only going to get through a few more rolls before I have to call it quits, because I've been actually attempting to get to bed at like a decent hour. It's weird. It sounds silly, but it makes your day so much better. You know, actually getting like a decent amount of sleep. I wake up with my alarm the first time. You know, it's a little less hectic, we'll say. That's a roof. It's not that nice. It's not that nice. I have to keep telling myself it's not that nice. Put it back. Well, you missed that one, but I got more. I always have more. I got sets, man. And that one, I don't know. Like I said, it's been in that flip. I purchased it from Silvertown. I don't think that's too much of a loss. If I had to say, I think you'd probably struggle on that one to be at like an MS63. Oh, there's finally a zinc one. Find a lot of the 82s to be copper. Small date. Of course it's zinc. Alright, four clad, the rest of the copper. That's workable. I got more, Henry. I know I have a quarter in a capsule somewhere. By itself. Somewhere. In the plethora of safes and different things and places that I stash stuff. I have one of those. I have the actual set that's encapsulated. And I have some of the, like the little foldable ones. And that's got the silver in it too. Those should be proofs. I think. Look at that. Maybe they're not proofs. I'll be back. See, I'm never far from my silver. So I was right. I have the quarter, just like what Kendall got, but this one's encapsulated. And I would like to think it's been that way for some time. Ooh, there is some chatter on that one. That's some bullshit. What the hell you say? How? Okay, well. Still nice. So I got that one. Then I got the sets. I got this one, and I'm trying to figure out what the difference between this and these are. These are proofs for sure. Are these not? These are just uncirculated. But they're still the estimate mark. So those are proofs. These are just the uncirculated. And I got 3 of these I'm sitting on that I know of for sure. And this one, what's the quarter look like on this? Can I even get it out of here? Because these for sure. Oh, they're like pressed in. Yeah, this one for sure has been in here from day one. And I'd say if I had to put it, they're cameo. I'm not going to say they're deep cameo, but they have some cameo to them. See? Little bit. Not a whole lot, but you still get some of it. They're not extremely early in the run. But yeah. So, uncirculated silver and proof. That's what I got. And this quarter. I think Kendall did get the bestie. At least on that one. Man. That's upsetting that has a couple of marks on it. But, see, I still got stuff for you. Henry likes the Bicentennial series. All right. So we'll do this roll and maybe like one more. And then we'll call it quits for the night. Well, it's already 11:30. Look at me. I sound like an old man. It's ridiculous, I say. How did I not weigh those 282s? I think they escaped me when I had the scale out. We'll just move right along. So, I'm going to the banks tomorrow to see what I can get. Hopefully they have my halves. If they have my halves, then this weekend we will have... If they have what I asked for, they'll have 2 boxes of halves for me. Which will be the first actual whole box half hunt on the channel. If I can get them, fingers crossed, then we'll do that this weekend for sure. On top of me trying to get some more and more videos out. Now, I do want to say this, because I was talking to Constitutional, of all people, about this a while back. And I am still sticking to my guns, right? But occasionally, look at that. 69 Denver. No doubling. I am going to throw a wider net on some of my videos. Some of you may have noticed we got a Wheatie. All right. It's a 55. I don't see any large doubling, but we will get in here a little closer and look. Nothing crazy with that. I don't even know if it's on the Denver. I don't actually remember it being. But, little dirty. Actually, look at that. Straight line across it. Almost looks like maybe at one point it was like taped. Who knows? But it's a little dirty, but it's a Wheatie nonetheless. We will take it. What was I saying? Constitutional. Oh yeah. So occasionally I'm going to cast a little bit of a wider net, right? Try to get new people into silver stacking, coins, numismatics. Ooh, what is that? Fingerprint a little bit, but it's a really nice 73. Why? Why always, when you get something, does it have to have some jackhole's fingerprint like all over it? And the back's got some spots and stuff too. Man. So close. But, like the one that I just did, you know, freezing your cash. Most of us, I don't need to tell you guys about that. But occasionally, cast a wider net. Try to. And, You know, see how that goes. And plus, from a channel perspective, if I can get somebody into silver stacking or even numismatics, hopefully they'll stay around for more videos and advice, right? So, oh, you look either really dirty or really old. We'll get another roll in here. Like honeys. I don't have... you still don't have a Wong, dude? I returned rolls of brand new Wongs. I sent them back. I think I still... No, I don't think I kept any of them. I went through them and then got rid of them. I sent them back. Like... $100 and some. But yeah, it was like over 10 rolls, I think, of Wongs I took back to the bank. I haven't gotten a full roll or anything, but I even got, I think I've seen 2 Bessie Colemans so far. 77. Clad. What are you? 2006. Yeah, you gotta expand your horizons. It's a 92. It's wide. You gotta expand your horizons. Get out there. Go find the quarters where they are. That's some nice toning on this one. I don't know if that's hand sanitizer, though. It looks more purple under the light. I guess it does have some nicks and scratches here and there. And whatever the heck that is. But it's got some really good color on it. It's probably hand sanitizer. It's upsetting because it's a 75. 79. 79. 81. What else we got in here? 72, 76, 69. No doubling. 61. Nice. I will take it. Oh, Mello's here. Mello is another one that I'm not big on the mail call videos. I think I've talked about that, but I know on the last, if you weren't here, Mello, on the last live stream, I did mention the package that I got from you and showed off, and I still have the stickers right here, which is upsetting because I did a video out in the garage today, and I was after I shot 2. And after I was sitting here editing the one, I was like, oh, I didn't put Mello's sticker out on the board, which it's getting hard to frame it to where I have whatever's on the table, or, well, in that case, workbench, whatever's on the workbench, and, like, the backing with all the channel stickers, so it's kind of half and half right now, but I think you get the idea. I realized, what are you? Are you a 59? You are. 59. Why? Still copper. Upsetting, though. Ooh, what are you? Oh, you're clad. That's a super nice 87. It's got some cartwheeling kind of going on with it. The back's in really good shape. I might actually keep this clad. Yeah, I'm gonna put that up. But I realized quickly that I had not 90. That I had not put your channel sticker up on there, which I'm running out of room already. I did not just do that. See what I get for talking? I just dropped all the clad in here. I hate myself sometimes. 94. Shields. 2 shiny. 2 shiny. 60. I think I got it all. 82. Yeah. I gotta quit doing that. It's because I have it's like an upper and lower. Copper clad. And I drop all the clad low, and sometimes I just space it. But oh, I don't stress too much, but I do want to get it up on the board because, you know, it's important. Plus, you know, shift people out, bring new people in. It's always important, especially for those of us that are smaller and trying to grow. Somebody like I realized when I was shooting the video, I have Empire up on there. And this is not a dig on him. Still a good channel, good information. I bought stuff from him before. So I'm not dogging him, but he don't need my publicity. You know what I mean? So, you know, you look at stuff like that and you're like, okay, you know, maybe more shout out to little guys like us that, you know, are still growing and kind of on the come up. So that's where my mind's at mostly. Anyhow, we're like a row and a couple rolls into this. So far, 2 Canadians, those 82s that I still didn't try to adjust it on the fly. That's the one good thing about not having the black background with the old grid pattern that's under this. You could kind of see if you were close to focused because you focus on the grid lines. And that's the one thing, if I had to say that I miss about having the black, is it's harder to focus. But so we found a 55 wheat. Not too bad. Then the 21 wheat. It's a little on the wear, but still good. Early 20s, and then the 42. Not bad. So 3 wheats, and we're somewhere in the neighborhood of about a quarter of the way through the box. So going at this rate, we should have maybe anywhere between 10 to 15, hopefully, in this box. I'd like to see some more old ones. Then only one Lincoln... well, no, wait, 2. I got one flipped on heads. 2 Lincoln commemoratives. And this really nice. There you go. Now you can see a little bit of the cartwheeling kind of stuff going on. That's one of the reasons why I kept it. You see it real heavy on the sides there. Why are we still not focused? So picky. And then the back on this is what I saw first. It's just a really good strike. Really nice luster still. I know it's clad, but I'm going to keep it. And wasn't 87, they didn't do proof sets or something? I think maybe it was 87. Because I have... what do I have down here? Too much stuff, for sure. What are these? Yeah, so here are the 87 Unk sets. And I think maybe it was they didn't do proofs. Or mint sets or something. I guess these are the mint sets. Yeah. And this is the P and the D set. Yeah. So, again, maybe not the best thing, but I still pulled it out of a bankroll. It's like a dog. You feel better when you rescue one as opposed to buying one from the puppy mill. So, I like like mine better than the ones that are still in plastic and have been since 1987. So I have to look at that though. But I could have swore it was something about 87 because these were apparently, forget what I paid for them, but there was some premium associated with them. 87 was the year the Tigers won the AL East. Well, I'm glad somebody knows sports. You know, I didn't even watch the Super Bowl. I didn't even watch the halftime show. I didn't watch the commercials. I didn't watch any of it. I don't have time for that. My mind's already too full. I can't fill it up with anything else. So I know people that are sports people and like live on that stuff and live it and breathe it and can tell you how many yards somebody rushed for and what season, and that's great. And I'm glad that that's cool with them. It takes everything I got to keep my stuff running and whatever I'm interested in. I don't have. I know the basics. I know the team. Well, I knew the teams about 15 years ago for sure. I don't know what's changed. But you know what I mean? I haven't really followed sports since the Chicago Bulls and the Jordan era. Football. Occasionally I would catch a Super Bowl or something. Like I know a little bit about a little bit, but not enough to. Cowboys, that was like the 90s, right? I remember their run. Yeah, I can't say a whole lot since then. I just stay away from it. It's not my thing. Too much effort goes into that, at least for me. All right, well, we got one thing given away. So there was a giveaway. We got a couple of wheats. And hopefully, if my bank is nice to me and actually has my order, fingers crossed, then we'll have some halves to search this weekend on top of whatever else we might get. So we will cut it off here tonight. I'm going to go get some sleep and get rested and ready for tomorrow. New video is out. If you haven't watched it yet, go swing over there and watch it. It is aimed at more new stackers, but any watch time would be appreciated. It's only like, I think it's like a 6-minute video. Shouldn't be that bad. And then the next one I got coming out is probably a little similar. Stuff you probably already know. Again, I'm trying to shift that balance. And then we're going to get back into some of the more fun stuff. So, that's what I got going on now. And I wish everyone a very wonderful night. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. Especially all of the returning viewers and all of the new viewers. And Kendall for being a lucky sucker to win that bicentennial. And yeah, I'll get these things out definitely by this weekend. Kendall's and Sirens I'm going to hold, but the two, Donna's and Thomas's, are definitely going out Friday at the latest because I already am behind the 8 ball on that one. But I ramble. So, I will see you guys.